There's a quiet moment that often comes after the work ends, not the first day, not the celebration or the goodbyes, but a later moment when the house is still, and you realize that time feels different now. You might be sitting with a cup of tea or watching the light change near a window, and a thought drifts in, not loud, not dramatic, just a gentle wondering about how life is supposed to feel from here on. No one really talks about that moment. They talk about freedom. They talk about rest. They talk about finally having time. But they don't talk about the subtle shift that happens inside you when income is no longer tied to waking up and going somewhere every day. You may not even have words for it. It's not panic. It's not regret. It's more like a low hum in the background. A sense that something familiar has loosened its grip. For decades, money had a rhythm. Work happened, pay arrived, bills went out. There was a flow you could almost feel in your body, even when it was tight, even when it was stressful. At least it was predictable. Now the rhythm is quieter, and quieter rhythms can feel unsettling at first. You might notice yourself checking balances more often than you used to. Not because anything is wrong, just because your mind is adjusting. You might hesitate before small purchases that once felt automatic, or feel a flicker of guilt for enjoying something you worked your whole life to enjoy. You might even wonder why relief feels mixed with uncertainty. After all, you did what you were supposed to do. You worked. You saved when you could. You made careful choices. So why doesn't retirement income feel as solid as a paycheck did? That question often stays unspoken. People don't like to admit it. It can feel ungrateful or embarrassing or unnecessary to bring up when others assume you must be fine now. But it's more common than you think, because no one really explains that retirement income is not just about money. It's about identity. It's about trust. It's about learning to feel safe in a different way. When you were working, income felt earned in real time. You showed up. You contributed. You were needed. The money that followed carried that meaning with it. In retirement, income feels quieter. It arrives without effort, or it sits there waiting for you to decide when to touch it. And that can feel strangely uncomfortable. You might ask yourself questions late at night. How long is this supposed to last? Am I using too much? Am I being too careful? What if I live longer than I expect? What if I don't? These thoughts don't mean you're ungrateful or anxious by nature. They mean you are human and adjusting. There's also something else no one mentions. Retirement income removes the illusion of control that work once gave you. Work made the future feel adjustable. If something went wrong, you could work more hours, take on another role, push a little harder. Retirement asks you to rely on what already exists, and relying instead of earning can feel vulnerable even when it's reasonable. This is where many people quietly judge themselves. They think they should feel confident by now. They think they should have figured it out already. They think uncertainty means they failed somehow. But the truth is, this stage requires a different kind of strength. It requires learning to trust what you've built, and learning to accept that certainty was never as complete as it once seemed. Here's the gentle shift that often brings relief, even if it takes time to notice. Retirement income is not meant to feel like a paycheck, and when you expect it to, it can feel wrong, even when it's working exactly as it should. A paycheck is loud. It announces itself. It comes with proof of effort. Retirement income is quiet. It doesn't congratulate you. It doesn't validate your worth. It simply supports you. And support, unlike earning, asks you to receive. Many people were never taught how to receive without guilt, especially those who spent their lives providing for others. So there's an emotional adjustment that happens alongside the financial one, an inner recalibration. You begin to realize that stability now comes from awareness, not activity, from pacing, not pushing, from noticing, not controlling. This doesn't happen all at once. It unfolds slowly, often in small realizations, like the day you spend a little without anxiety, or the moment you realize you didn't check your account for a week, or the quiet pride of knowing you can adapt if life shifts again. There is also something deeply reassuring that many people miss at first. Retirement income is flexible in ways work income never was. It doesn't demand your time. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't measure your value by output. It's there to support your life as it is now. Not the life you had at 40. Not the life you were expected to have. Just this one. That doesn't mean every day feels calm. Some days old habits return. Some days the future feels heavy again. But over time, many people notice a quiet confidence growing underneath it all. Not the bold confidence of youth, but a steadier one. It's the confidence of having lived through uncertainty before, of having adjusted more times than you can count, of knowing that life has never been perfectly predictable even when it looked that way. There's dignity in that realization. You start to see that retirement income is not a test you can pass or fail. It's a relationship. And like any relationship, it improves with understanding, patience, and honesty with yourself. Some days you may feel cautious. Some days you may feel free. Both are allowed. Nothing about this stage requires perfection. Only presence. As time goes on, many people discover that peace doesn't come from feeling certain about the future. It comes from feeling capable of meeting it. You've already done that again and again in ways you may not give yourself credit for. And one day, perhaps, with realizing it, you'll notice that the quiet hum has softened, not because all questions disappeared, but because they no longer frighten you. You'll feel more at home in this slower rhythm, more trusting of yourself, more gentle with the unknown. And that quiet moment with the cup of tea will feel less like a question and more like an answer you're still learning how to hear.